Techsperiments.
Yeah. Welcome back. As you may have seen in the previous video, if you watched it, if you didn't, click. Actually, no, they stopped doing annotations because they're stupid.
There's a thing up there.
Click somewhere. So in part one, we'll recap for you. We discovered that the HD
6970
cooler is not compatible with the
RX 480
PCB.
because, well, duh. Basically.
Yeah. So plan B, you may have heard us say, is to instead attempt to water cool the RX 480.
I hate water cooling normally, but I don't want my graphics card running at 83 degrees because that's dumb.
Still warm. Cut to rundown of the parts and what we're going to do.
Okay, right. This is the H55 from Corsair water cooler. This is what's going to go onto the graphics core of my RX 480. Okay.
So here's the manual. So this is actually designed to be a CPU cooler, but we have something else which is going to help us mount it to the GPU because that's what's getting hot.
So we've got a Australian warranty against spiders.
Right, yes. Just in case spiders get inside your GPU.
Well, that's a piece of
Foam. This is actually very important. Thermal foam.
Now we have
That nearly
a
went
bag
in your
of shiny
computer.
things.
Ooh, a bag of shiny things.
That's all the mounting hardware to mount.
To mount it on a CPU, which
but
we're not doing.
We need
So
some of those bits.
we
Actually,
don't
no, we don't
need
need any of
some of
those bits.
Bye bits.
Hey, nice Corsair fan. Should be a high static pressure fan, hopefully, so we get good airflow through.
This is obviously for the cooler.
Oh god, there's a bag. There's a bag! It's okay, the bag has been...
This is the most professional
Bag.
unboxing video you've ever seen.
There is the cooler. There's the...
So we don't want to take this off yet, but this
No.
is what will be attached to the core.
Yeah.
And this is the radiator where it dissipates the heat. So obviously with an air cooler you've got like the plate where it's connected to the cooler at the bottom, and then all the radiator is above it, but they call it heatsink for some reason when it's air. And then this is a radiator because fluid goes through it, and that's the bit that connects to it. So you've got a little pipe between it because they need to be separate. They're not physically solidly connected.
This also has the pump inside it, which is why that has a bit of weight.
Right.
So anyway.
So we also have
This is the Kraken
Very important.
G12.
So because, like I say, this is made for a CPU normally. This is a GPU adapter type thing to make it work. But this is quite a complicated procedure that neither of us have actually done before.
We have another fan. This is to blow down onto the VRM, which has a lovely heatsink on it, and just cool the memory with nice airflow. All the mounting stuff. Mounting screw.
Including,
screws.
as you'll always need, some zip ties.
Oh wait, hold on. There is more.
There's more?
This actual plate.
Ah.
See, this is the part that goes onto my graphics card.
So we have all the bits. Now we have to put the thing on the other thing with the thing.
Yes.
Go!
Step 2.
Step 2 doesn't sound promising. Probably what's step 1.
Where's step
Turns out
3,
step
4,
1 was
step
to
5?
remove the original cooler and clear the thermal paste off the
Okay, so
GPU
please
core.
don't-
So we went with that. We then attached the fan to the plate, which came with the adapter thing. This actually took 2 people, 2 fully grown human men were required to screw this fan in over the course of about 20 minutes. It was a pretty difficult job.
So that's on there now.
So once we attached the fan, we had to apply the foam standoffs to the mounting bracket. These are designed to hold the plate up above the GPU so that the plate and the GPU don't make contact with each other. This would probably cause a short out between the circuit on the PCB. We had to put these in a position that didn't clash with anything on the PCB, such as capacitors or the heatsink for the VRM, because otherwise the plate wouldn't sit evenly above the GPU.
Above everything that could be in the way, and lovely airflow right down onto the inductors and everything.
At this point, someone decided to start drilling outside the window, which was really helpful. Very helpful. I bet you can't even hear it on the video, but it was loud then. Next we had to get the correct mounting brackets for AMD cards. as it's an RX 480, which is an AMD card. This bit was a bit intense because we were screwing a piece of metal directly to Richard's £200 graphics card. What could possibly go wrong? Again, this also took 2 fully grown men about 15 minutes. Let's just skip through that bit.
So we've now attached these brackets with the screws from behind, and that's going to hold the pump / plate in place. We've also got pads on the other section, which are sort of here and here.
A thermal paste on the copper plate will make a connection between the copper plate and the actual GPU core, allowing the heat to be transferred from the core to the copper plate and then through the whole cooling system magic. So now we have to screw the mounting bracket to the GPU, which was a bit tricky because the way the pump is connected to the plate is through sort of an interlocking mechanism that wasn't really permanent. It has to be allowed to move slightly so that too much strain isn't put on the actual core. And once we'd actually attached that, Richard wasn't happy with how we initially mounted it.
That is really bad.
Why are you doing it's touching?
Because the core wasn't actually connected to the plate, the copper plate on the cooler, by the thermal paste. The distance between the two was just a little bit too big. As it turned out, that was actually because the dome things, which I previously mentioned, were in the wrong place despite the instructions telling us to put them in the right place. So we put them in the wrong place, so the plate was actually too high up. So that was stopping the copper plate from actually meeting the core. So we had another go, unscrewed it all, put it all back together again, and about half an hour later we eventually got the pressure even and uniform across the core so that it was actually connected properly to the copper plate, and then we could actually try it out and put it in the computer. Hooray!
That's a really terrible angle.
So basically, all of the cooling for my computer is here.
Yep. The moment of truth.
Display you put.
Oh, the light went green. That's a good start. That's a good start. It's not dead. It's just the temps we need to worry about now.
If the die were damaged, it just wouldn't start.
Yeah. And it certainly wouldn't be cool. It would be...
What we're hoping now is there's good connection between the pump and the cold plate and the core. Because otherwise this may just immediately spike to like 100 degrees and then kill. 44, 45... 45.
That is a massive difference.
Round's not even warm. It's working! We did
works!
It! Yay!
Ta-da!
Without this!
That totally wasn't
Look,
stressful and
gone.
terrifying. But shall we go
Basically-
through the good things and then the bad? Yes, so we did it! And it's done! And it works!
However, we have some caveats. Because, I don't know, f me I guess.
There is literally no logical explanation at all.
I'm now running 8 gigs of RAM instead of 16.
We didn't touch the RAM, we just did everything you saw in the video. We swapped the coolers over, that all works fine. It's literally about half as hot as you can see in all the temperatures and the benchmarks.
Yeah. It's
But
running
for
a lot
some
cooler,
reason,
But for some reason,
only one memory channel's working.
I had to remove this memory from my computer because it stopped detecting these. But in a really weird way. It stopped detecting them
detected them.
in the BIOS, but then when you go looking for them, they're there. I don't know. And Windows tries to boot and tries to put stuff into this memory and immediately crashes. So we have no idea.
We didn't even touch the memory.
We're nowhere near it.
We just did the graphics card swap thing, which worked really well. So it's like, hooray!
Hooray, and also-
what is going on?
It's currently at 33 degrees.
Yep.
Very nice.
The water cooling is great.
Yes. Very happy with
And
that.
the kit was good.
The kit went
We
really
just had
well.
to make sure it was fitted properly, well, as you saw in the video. We were a
Yeah.
bit worried about that, but we got there in the end with it. The kit was good. And we'll
This
link the kit and the pump in the description if anyone wants to try this.
Yeah.
But we obviously don't accept any
Yeah, no.
responsibility
No,
for anyone
no.
who's doing this
This
because it was
was
very
hard.
stressful.
And I nearly thought I'd crack my GPU die at one point.
Yes.
You've already seen the
Just
video.
Be careful.
Just be
Very
careful.
careful.
This stuff is super duper delicate.
Yes. It's actually evening now. We started
Yeah.
at 12 midday, more or less. But as far as the Techsperiment went, The
experiment was a success.
Unlike the first one, which was a failure.
But my computer's an idiot.
And that is the summary for this video.
Yes.
Sounds like a good
Bye.
one. See you in the next video.
Bye. Look at my computer.
Bye.
Bye.
It works. Kind of.